All right, so are you ready to unlock some serious secrets?
Always.
Today's deep dive.
Hmm.
It takes us back to Hogwarts,
Okay.
specifically into Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Oh,
I don't know about you, but this one, it always kind of sends shivers down my spine.
oh yeah.
And not just because of the Dementors.
Right.
Um,
It's amazing how this book manages to blend that magical whimsy
right?
that we love with some really dark themes.
Absolutely.
What do you say?
We're starting our journey with Harry stuck back at the Dursleys.
Okay.
And you just know it's bad news when even Hogwarts homework
Yeah.
starts to look like a dream vacation.
Right.
He's got assignments piling up,
Yeah.
but all his magical things are like locked away.
Yeah.
It's like they're really trying to trap Harry, hold him back from who he really is.
It's symbolic, isn't it? That
Yeah.
feeling of being stifled, of your true self being locked away,
Yeah.
and this whole idea of enforced suppression.
Right.
It really sets the stage for the book's exploration of fear.
And injustice.
So true. And then there's this ominous silence from Ron and Hermione, which,
Right.
let's be honest,
Yeah.
that's never a good sign
Never a good sign.
in the wizarding world.
Nope.
But wait,
Okay.
hope arrives literally on the wings of owls carrying birthday presents for Harry.
Oh, right.
We've got Ron's pocket sneakoscope, always good for a laugh.
Yeah.
Hermione sending a book about ancient runes.
Of course.
Hermione being Hermione.
Right.
But then there's Hagrid's gift, the Monster Book of Monsters.
Whoa.
Looking back, that biting book, it feels almost like a warning.
It's like foreshadowing the wild ride this book is about to become.
Totally.
And speaking of warnings, that news report about Sirius Black escaping from Azkaban.
Oh my gosh.
Talk about sending chills down your spine.
Right. Sirius Black,
Yeah.
a supposed Voldemort supporter,
Right.
escapes from the most heavily guarded wizard prison. I mean, that's enough to make anyone nervous.
Yeah.
But then Fudge, the Minister of Magic himself.
Yeah. Go straight to the Muggle Prime Minister.
What?
What do you make of that?
It's a fascinating contrast.
Okay.
You've got the entire wizarding world living in terror of Sirius Black.
Right.
There are whispers of a horrific massacre, 13 people dead by Black's curse.
Uh-huh.
But Fudge downplays the danger to the Muggle Prime Minister.
Okay.
Almost like he's more concerned about a scandal than about a dangerous criminal on the loose.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like he knows something we don't,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Which, knowing this book, he probably does.
he probably does.
And then we have Harry's own little brush with wizarding law
Oh, yeah.
when he accidentally inflates Aunt Marge like a balloon.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, maybe accidentally is pushing it, but who can blame him?
Let's be real. Aunt Marge is basically asking for it.
Oh, total.
But this incident, it triggers Harry's very real fear of Azkaban.
Right.
This prison guarded by Dementor's creatures that literally feed on happiness,
Oh, gosh.
leaving you with nothing but despair.
Right.
And the way they're described, it's terrifying. Oh, yeah.
I mean, if I were facing a prison sentence, I'd take my chances with the Dursleys any day
Right.
over those soul-sucking guards.
No kidding. And speaking of Dementors, remember that chilling scene on the Hogwarts Express?
Oh, yeah.
One gets on board, supposedly, looking for Sirius Black, and most of the students, they just feel a chill.
Right.
But Harry,
Yeah.
he collapses, hearing his mother's dying screams.
Oh, God.
Talk about a punch to the gut.
I know.
Like his worst fear is somehow tied to Black's escape.
It's not just fear, though, is it?
Right.
It's
Oh.
injustice.
Okay.
Here you have Harry, who's innocent,
Right.
being targeted by a creature meant to punish the guilty.
Yeah.
It's a powerful parallel to Sirius Black,
Right.
a man condemned by the entire wizarding world without a trial.
Wow.
It makes you question everything, doesn't it?
And that feeling that something just isn't right,
Right.
it sticks with you throughout the whole book.
It does.
Like, why is Fudge bending over backwards to accommodate Harry?
I know, right? After that whole Aunt Marge incident, it's not like the Ministry of Magic is
Uh-huh.
exactly known for being understanding.
Exactly. It's as if Fudge is almost like protective of Harry.
Mhm.
And then there's Professor Lupin,
Oh, yeah.
the new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher.
Right.
He's kind understanding
Yeah.
and seems to know a lot about Harry's parents,
Uh-huh.
but something feels off.
Oh, definitely. Like he's holding back,
Yeah. Totally.
which of course he totally is.
Right.
It's revealed later
Yeah.
that he was one of their closest friends at Hogwarts.
Right.
But even early on, there are these hints that Lupin knows more about Sirius Black than
Yeah.
he's letting on.
Totally.
It's like everyone's tiptoeing around this big secret, and you're just like dying to know what it is.
And just when you think you're starting to piece things together,
Right.
along comes this amazing gift from the Weasley twins,
Oh my gosh.
Fred and George,
Yes.
the Marauders map.
Oh, the Marauders map.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. Not just as like a magical artifact,
Right.
which come on a map that shows everyone in Hogwarts, even secret passages. I mean, that's just cool.
I know.
But also for what it reveals about the past.
Right.
We meet like this whole other group of friends.
Yes.
The Marauders.
The Marauders.
And you start to see like the connections.
Exactly. We find out they were this mischievous bunch.
Yes.
Lupin Black, even Harry's own father, James Potter, was one of them.
Right.
The map isn't just a tool for Harry. It's a link to his parents' past, a
Mm.
way of understanding them,
Yeah.
and by extension himself a little bit better. It's like holding a piece of history in your hands.
It's like their legacy is literally guiding him through the castle.
Totally.
And speaking of mysteries, come talk about Hermione for a second.
Okay.
She's somehow managing to take multiple classes at the same time.
I know, right?
I mean, I struggle with just one potions class.
Right.
It's almost comical.
It is, but again, the author is cleverly dropping these little clues.
Right.
We might not know exactly how Hermione is pulling it off yet.
Right.
Hello, Time Turner.
Right.
But we know something's not quite as it seems.
Right. It's like watching a magic trick and trying to figure out the illusion.
Exactly.
And speaking of things not being what they seem,
Oh, yeah.
this whole situation with Hagrid and Buckbeak
I know.
just breaks my heart.
It's sad.
The poor guy. His beloved hippogriff gets sentenced to death.
I know.
And all because of Malfoy's bruised ego.
Oh, I know.
It's just so unfair.
It is, and it really underscores the theme of injustice that runs through the book.
Yeah.
Buckbeak is innocent,
Right.
a victim of prejudice and Malfoy's father's influence over the ministry.
Right.
It's a stark reminder that sometimes, even in the wizarding world,
Yeah.
the innocent get punished while the guilty walk free.
It's the worst possible outcome.
It is.
And of course, this is what leads Harry, Ron, and Hermione
Mm.
to the Shrieking Shack, the most infamous haunted house in Hogsmeade.
Right.
They think they're going to comfort Hagrid,
Uh-huh.
but they're about to walk straight into the middle of a mystery
Right.
that is even bigger than they could have imagined.
Totally.
This is where the real story begins to unfold. Okay, so we've got like this terrifying escaped convict on the loose,
Right.
an innocent hippogriff about to be executed.
I know.
And Harry, Ron, and Hermione are headed straight for a haunted house.
Yeah.
Talk about a recipe for disaster.
Right.
But this is where Prisoner of Azkaban
Yeah.
takes us from like mystery
Right.
to a whole new level of like mind-blowing.
Because inside the Shrieking Shack, everything we thought we knew
Right.
gets flipped on its head.
Oh, totally.
It turns out Sirius Black isn't a villain at all.
Not
He's
one time.
innocent.
Can you imagine the shock?
I know.
All this time we've been led to believe he's this dangerous murderer.
Right.
And suddenly, bam,
Yeah.
the truth comes out.
Totally.
It's actually Peter Pettigrew, Ron's pet rat scabbers, who betrayed Harry's parents.
And not only that,
Oh my God.
but Pettigrew framed Sirius for his crimes
What?
and then faked his own death to escape justice.
Wow.
It's the ultimate betrayal, and it
Yeah.
makes you realize how easily we can misjudge people,
Oh, yeah.
how appearances can be so deceiving.
Absolutely. I mean, who would suspect a seemingly harmless rat?
I know, right?
But before we can even process this bombshell,
Right.
Pettigrew escapes again.
Oh, no.
Sirius is still in danger,
Right.
and Harry, Ron, and Hermione are surrounded by Dementors
Yeah.
on the shores of the lake.
It's terrifying.
Talk about a cliffhanger.
And just when all hope seems lost,
Right.
a powerful Patronus, a silvery stag, comes charging across the lake
Wow.
and drives the Dementors away.
Oh, my God.
It's such a powerful moment of hope,
Right.
but it leaves us wondering
Yeah.
who conjured it.
Right. Talk about a mystery wrapped in an enigma.
I know.
But that's the beauty of this book. Just when you think you've got it all figured out,
Yeah,
another layer gets peeled back.
right.
And speaking of layers,
Okay.
remember how we were talking about Hermione's impossible schedule?
Yeah.
Well, get this. She's been using a time turner.
It's such a clever reveal, isn't it?
It's brilliant.
Suddenly, all those little inconsistencies, those moments where you thought, wait, how did she do that?
I know.
They all make sense.
It's like the author was playing 4D chess this whole time,
Right.
and we were just trying to keep up.
Exactly.
But it's not just a cool plot device.
Right.
It completely changes our understanding of everything that's happened.
Exactly. It underscores the theme of perspective.
Oh, yeah.
What seems like a straightforward series of events
Right.
becomes much more complex when you factor in the element of time travel. It's like
Right.
realizing there's a whole other dimension to the story we haven't even considered.
And the fact that Harry and Hermione actually use the time turner to go back and change events,
Right.
that's some serious power.
I-
They save Buckbeak from execution,
Yes.
witness Pettigrew's escape from a different angle,
Right.
and most importantly, give Harry a chance to face his fears.
And this time, when the Dementors close in on him by the lake, Harry conjures the Patronus himself.
What?
Not just any Patronus,
Right.
but a stag just like his father's.
Oh, wow.
It's a symbol of Harry's growing strength, his connection to his parents, and his ability to overcome even the darkest of fears.
It's such a powerful moment of transformation for him.
It is.
But even though Harry faces his fears and triumphs over the Dementors,
Yeah.
there's still a sense of bittersweetness to the ending.
Right.
Sirius might be free from Azkaban, but he can't clear his name.
Right.
Can't return to the wizarding world as a free man.
It's a reminder that sometimes, even when good triumphs,
Right.
there are still consequences, still loose ends that can't be tied up neatly.
Wow.
And it leaves us with this thought-provoking question. If you had a time turner,
Okay.
what would you use it for? Would you try to change the past, knowing the risks?
Wow.
Or would you use it to gain a different perspective on events, to understand them more fully?
That's a question worth pondering.
I know, right?
And with that, we come to the end of our deep dive into Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. It's a story that stays with you long after you finish the last page.
Right,
A reminder that things aren't always what they seem.
right.
And that even in the face of fear and injustice,
Yeah.
there's always hope to be found.